So multi-step Pythagorean theorem problems. We're looking at finding the area of each triangle. And we've done something like this before, but remember the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 of the base times the height. So we need to find the base and the height. Remember the base and the height are always perpendicular, so wherever that right angle is, there we have the base and the height. So we know that we already know the base. So we need to find the height, and we have a right triangle, so to do that we simply do Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember, when you have a right triangle, you can do Pythagorean theorem, you could do sine, cosine, or tangent. The reason we're doing Pythagorean theorem is because we know two of the side, we know the 9 and the 8, so we can use those two sides to find the third. But for this, we know one of the legs, we need to find the other one. So we have 8 squared plus, I'm going to just say h squared for the height equals 9 squared. And then we just solve that for h. Once you got the h, then you plug it into the Pythagorean theorem. So we have 64 plus h squared equals 81. And then we're going to subtract the 64. And that's going to be 17. So we know the 17 is equal to h squared, because the 64 got canceled. So we're going to square root the 17. Take your calculator, do the square root of 17. You got 4.1. It says to round to the nearest tenth for the intermediate values. So now we know the height, 4.1. Then we just simply plug into 1/2 of the base was 8 times the 4.1 that we found for the height. So multiply those together, and it'll give you 16.4. So that is our area. Okay, so there we go. Use your Pythagorean theorem to find the missing pieces, and then you can find the area. So 2, 3, and 4 are very similar. 5, 6, 7, and 8, you got to do a little bit more thinking there, because they're not right triangles to begin with. Number 6 has the height drawn. Okay, so this is going to find us the height. And notice this is an isosceles triangle, so that tells you that the height splits the base in half. Not sure what happened there. So the height splits the base in half. So I know that this is 5.2 on the other side as well. So now I know the base would be the sum of those, or 5.2 times 2. So that'd be 10.4 is our base. Now we just need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height. So we have a right triangle in there. Use that right triangle to find the height, and then you can find your area. Okay, number 5 will be very much the same thing, except you don't have the height drawn for you, so draw it yourself. That's going to split the 7.6 in half, which would give you the piece of the right triangle that you will need to find the height. Number 7 and 8 are not isosceles triangles, so you have to do, or you have to think a little differently. We know the height, right? The 10 is the height. We don't know the full base. We know part of the base, but we need to know this part of the base so that we can add it to the 8, and then we will find the full base. So there's your goal for number 7, is find the x that I marked, find that other piece of the base. Same with number 8. I'm going to find the missing side of the base.